This is my recently remodeled shower. And when we take showers, it creates a big mess on the floor because we have nothing covering it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to install a glass door in your bathroom.
So I bought my glass door from Wayfair. I got the matte black one, but as you can see, they have different color options. I got mine for about $445, and that included shipping. And mine was sized for 29 inch and 3/8 to little over 29 and 3/4. So let's open this bad boy up and begin with the installation. I recommend you watch this video to the very end so that you can learn some of the mistakes I've made and so that it will be easier for your installation.
So what is that?
That is the glass door.
This thing was very well packaged, as you can see, and here it is. I got a little bit carried away here.
This is kind of fun. It's like squishing stuff. And now I'm dizzy.
Next, I measured my doorway from the top, in the middle, and on the bottom, and recorded all three distances on their instruction sheet.
Per their instructions, my spacing has to be 3/8 larger than the door. So in the middle here, I got 30, and the door that I bought is 29, so I'm good. So next, I need to figure out how this hinge is going to be mounted. So in my case, I want the door to swing this way because the bathroom door is that way. So that way you come out and you go that way into the room, versus the toilet is over here and this is fine going this way, versus if it's opening this way, I come out, then I have to make sure the door's closed and then I go that way. So this makes more sense for my case. So my hinge is going to be mounted like this. So now that I know the orientation, I can mount this hinge into the door. So the way these clamps work is you have these two screws that are going to clamp the glass. So you have to loosen them up first. What?
I don't want my wall.
Okay, go put it away.
I want a different house.
So now it's loosened. Slide it all the way down. Try to position this so it's not like this, but at the same time you don't want it all the way in. You don't want the glass touching the metal, but make it like flush. And then also, you see how it moves up and down? You want it to position it in the center so it's centered. So center it, position it where you want it, and then lock the screws behind. Don't tighten them too tight because you're gonna make minor adjustments when we install this to make sure it's flat and stuff.
Then I did the same thing on the bottom. So the door handle comes assembled like this, and there are two set screws that you have to loosen first, and then the handle comes apart. Then you see the set screw that you have to remove, and this washer and gaskets come off. So take off one of the washers and gasket and keep this one, which will go inside the hole. Place it into the glass like this and put the washer on the other side of the glass. Then take the handle and the screwdriver and screw it into the handle. Then do the same thing on the bottom end of the handle. Next, attach other handle that has the set screws, but make sure that the set screws are facing down so that they're hidden. And then tighten the set screws on the handle. In the meantime, my daughter asked me to build her a fort out of the cardboard box that the glass door was in. So I used some bar stools, some blankets, and that kept her entertained a bit.
So per the instructions, it says to place a 3/8 rubber block or blocks, and in my case, I have to combine both of these to make a 3/8. Anyway, you put them like this over here. So I'm gonna put them right here where the door is gonna be, like this.
It was time to place the door. This part was a bit tricky as I was doing this by myself. As you can see, I used my rug and a towel to maneuver the door on the floor to get it closer before I had to lift it up and place it onto the small blocks. Not going to lie, this process was a little bit painful.
Don't do this by yourself.
I had a level in there to ensure that the door was positioned properly and leveled. And once it was in position, I used a pencil and marked all the holes where I need to drill.
Magic.
And then I moved the door out of the way again. Then the fun part of drilling all the 6 holes began. I used the masonry bit first.
Just a little dot for all that work.
And then followed by a tile diamond bit.
One eternity later.
1 down, 5 more to go. Word of advice, before you start, buy some nice bits I had these two old bits, one's for the tile, one is masonry bit, but because they're old, they're very dull, and this is taking me forever. I already killed one of these batteries, so I have my other drill. But as you can see, I'm trying different methods to get through, to get started. I think I need some new drill bits that I need to buy for this kind of stuff to make things easier. Don't be like me. I have the right tools ready to go.
After I drilled the hole, I put these green anchors in that came with the shower door hardware. I used the hammer to get it far enough, but sometimes they don't go all the way through. But don't worry, in that case, you can always cut them off like this. Make sure when you're drilling into your tile that you use water to cool off the drill bit.
15 minutes later.
Not sure how this happened, but she's no longer here. But she's in her fort house. Next we do wax on, wax off. Nice and clean. So it turns out two of these is actually one of these flipped on its side. And that's what the instructions was talking about. But for some reason, I thought because this one's soft and this is kind of hard, I thought you have to set them up like this. But oh well. Now I'm gonna put these up back here and install the door and see how that goes.
Next, I moved the glass door back into position and placed the first screw on the top hinge and secured it with a drill. But I didn't over tighten it yet. Then I did the hinge on the bottom and then finished the rest of them.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I used the screwdriver to finish them off and make sure that all of them are tightened.
This one I tighten it and the gap looks fine here. But this one, as you can see, is shifted quite a bit to where it's practically touching here. And there's a big gap here. So what I need to do now is remove these, loosen them, and push it back in and see if I can straighten it out.
So I repositioned the glass inside the hinge and...
So now that I tighten it, it looks much better. Here and here. Gap is consistent here.
I made sure I really tightened the set screws now that everything was aligned and set in place.
Next, we're gonna take one of these and put it on the door. So you can start from the top and just wrap it around like this and start pushing it in. Like that. Next, take this piece right here, and this will be used for the bottom. Use the top and put it over the top like this and mark to see how much you need to cut off for it to fit nicely. So my mark's right there. So putting it here is going to be a little tricky. So I think I'm going to pull this one off just a little bit like that so I can get it started. And I think I'm going to try to go under like this and over and see if I have any luck this way versus trying to jam it in like that. But let's see how it goes.
Round 1. Fix.
Got here. Ay. I gotta beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it. All right, let's see.
Round 2. Fix.
All right, this is getting annoying.
Final round.
So I took it off because halfway it kind of got pointless. It wouldn't go anymore. But I had a better idea. So I can push this door actually in right here. And now I only have to squeeze it really. I have a hard time over here. The rest, I can easily get to it. Just look at that. Perfect. All right, now time to test this bad boy. On the handle. Look at that. Nice seal on the bottom. And on the sides, it looks like we still have a little gap, but I'm okay with that. Because this will now protect me from all the splashes over here and I won't have a wet spot. And it looks sick. Lastly, take off this sticker and we're done. Give this video a like and check out this video where I remodeled this bathroom.